On August 28, 2009, Mark Saylor was behind the wheel of a loaner vehicle from a Toyota dealership, traveling at a staggering 120 miles per hour. Accompanying him were his wife, daughter, and brother-in-law. As the terrifying events unfolded, it was Mark's brother-in-law who made the fateful 911 call. And I must warn you, the call's contents are deeply disturbing.
We're going to 120 Mission Gorge. We're in trouble. There's no brakes.
Okay.
Gorge, end freeway, half mile.
Okay, and you don't have the ability to, turn the vehicle off or anything?
We're approaching an intersection.
Okay.
We're approaching intersection. Hold on. Pray.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Oh.
The 911 call lasted just 17 seconds, but it was long enough to spark panic and widespread outrage. The freeway was ending, and Mark was rapidly approaching an intersection with stopped traffic. In an attempt to avoid a catastrophic collision, Mark swerved into a ravine. Tragically, all 4 passengers lost their lives that day. The recording quickly went viral, and grief-stricken relatives, along with many others, pointed fingers at Toyota. The story made headlines everywhere, and the public's response was overwhelmingly negative, leading to a storm of legal and corporate ramifications for the company. Over the next few years, reports of similar incidents flooded in, with estimates suggesting that 90 people died in Toyota vehicles due to similar acceleration issues. Toyota's reputation was severely tarnished. In response, Toyota recalled an astonishing 10 million vehicles worldwide over a span of just 2 years. To add to the company's woes, they were hit with a hefty $1.2 billion fine by the U.S. government and another $1.1 billion for a class action lawsuit. But what caused this horrific crash? And was Toyota truly at fault? Let's examine what went wrong. At first, the problem was blamed on floor mats. This made sense. Soon after the Mark Saylor incident, it was discovered that the loaner car Mark was driving had a floor mat that had come loose, potentially causing the unintended acceleration. In response, Toyota launched a massive recall to fix the issue. But as time passed, the floor mat theory started to unravel. Soon after the recall, it became clear that the problem wasn't just about the floor mats. Malcolm Gladwell, the renowned journalist, dove into the issue with a podcast episode dedicated to the Mark Saylor incident, and he made a bold, controversial claim. If your car unexpectedly accelerates, all you need to do is step on the brakes. After all, brakes should always overpower the engine. Gladwell conducted an experiment to test this theory, where he floored the gas pedal in a car and then slammed on the brakes, and, surprisingly, the car stopped. This seemed to suggest that brakes, no matter how powerful the engine, would always win out. Car and Driver magazine took the same approach, testing a powerful sports car, and once again, the brakes successfully halted the vehicle despite the engine's full force. If Gladwell's argument was true, then why didn't Mark Saylor's car stop? What was happening here? Here's where it gets tricky. Let's think about muscle memory for a moment. When you drive your personal car, you get used to how the pedals feel. Your mind goes into autopilot mode, adjusting automatically. But here's the key. Mark Saylor was driving a loaner car, a car that wasn't familiar to him. It's not uncommon for drivers to step into an unfamiliar vehicle and, instead of pressing the brake, accidentally press the gas pedal. In fact, there's substantial evidence that this kind of pedal error is more common than most people realize. In 2011, the NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, alongside NASA, analyzed the black box data from various vehicles involved in mysterious acceleration incidents. The results? In many of these cases, the brake pedal had never been touched. The drivers, unknowingly, had their foot on the gas the entire time, mistaking it for the brake. This phenomenon, known as pedal error, is often overlooked but is far more frequent than we may think. But just when it seemed like the case was closed, new details started emerging. Reports indicated that Mark Saylor might have actually pressed the brake pedal. So what went wrong? This is where things took a turn. It turns out that Malcolm Gladwell missed a critical piece of the puzzle: power-assisted brakes. These brakes work by drawing power from the engine. However, they have a major flaw under certain conditions. Consumer Reports took a Toyota with power-assisted brakes and recreated Gladwell's test. When they floored the gas pedal and pressed the brakes, the car slowed down as expected. But then, they changed one small thing. They lifted their foot off the brake, just for a moment. The result? The car's brakes lost their power assist, and no matter how hard they pressed, the car kept accelerating. Even when they tried pumping the brakes, the vehicle refused to slow down. It was impossible to stop. This is the key to understanding Mark Saylor's tragedy. It wasn't just pedal error. It was the combination of a loose floor mat and the power-assisted braking system failing under pressure. In real-world conditions, drivers might lift their foot off the brake to adjust the mat or pump the brakes for more power, and that small movement could cause the power assist to disengage, making it nearly impossible to stop the car. Now, as we discuss these tragic incidents on the road, it's important to remember that car safety isn't just a catchy phrase. It's something we all need to keep in mind every time we hit the road. When we talk about people like Mark Saylor, who found himself in a horrific situation due to a malfunctioning vehicle, it's crucial to understand that we can always do something to improve our safety behind the wheel, especially when driving high-speed cars. That's why, if you want to be confident in the condition of your vehicle, I want to tell you about a really useful tool that could save your life. There are some simple, yet incredibly effective devices that can enhance your safety while driving. For example, innovative car accessories and car diagnostic scanners that let you monitor your vehicle's health in real time. What if you could know about any brake issues, engine braking problems, or even electrical system malfunctions before they happen? These tools work with mobile apps and provide you with instant diagnostic information, alerting you to potential risks. That's a game changer. These devices connect easily to modern cars and track brake systems, suspension, and even the battery, so you're never left in the dark. I've personally tried out a few of these products, and trust me, they work. With this gadget, you can monitor your car not just while you're on the road, but even when it's parked. Curious? Check out the link in the description below, where you can find the best products for keeping you safe on the road, plus get a discount on your first order. These devices are seriously invaluable, believe me.